Good pause YouTube, 6fthax here, happy guys. Today, pretty fun OU battle against Suffzify. I'm sorry if I said your name wrong, my mans, but I got this match off of Jack's Discord actually, so if you guys do enjoy the video, make sure to hammer arm that like button down below and to answer the question of the day, which will also be at the end of this battle. Now, this was a pretty interesting game, to say the least. I'm using a pretty cool team I got off of the forums, and I'll leave a link to the forums down below, as he's using a pretty fun team as well. Not too many OU mons, which is pretty cool. So he's going to be leading off with the Azov, as I'm going to be leading off with my Tapu Koko. Turn 1, I don't really care if he wants to switch in the Glide Score. This is fine because I actually do have U-turn on this Tapu Koko, because that's what the set has. It's got Volt Switch and U-turn, which is pretty cool. I thought about U-turning turn 1, but I felt that Volt Switch is probably going to be a lot better, just because I could probably bring the Azov straight down to a Sash, if that's what it came down to it. But he does end up switching directly into the Glide Score. This is fine. I should be able to U-turn right into my Garchomp, and this Garchomp is actually a pretty cool set. It's a specially based Garchomp with the Draco Meteor Dragonium Z, which is pretty awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and just get on my rocks here, thinking that maybe he would switch directly into the Sylveon, but he doesn't do that. He actually just stays in, goes for the Roost, wants to see what I want to do, which is not a bad play at all, as this turn I'm pretty sure he's not gonna go for the Roost again. So what I'm gonna do is actually go for the Draco, expecting him to either go for a U-turn or go for an Earthquake, and I do get a little bit lucky and I get a crit. This crit might have mattered, or it might have not, because if I didn't get the crit, I talked to him during the battle, and he said that he was definitely going to stay in and go for the Roost. And I was thinking of going for the Dragonium Z Draco Meteor next turn, but I would have been a -2. Now, I don't know if at -2 I still would have been able to knock out the Glide Score or not with the without the crit. So I'm not sure if that if the crit might have 100% mattered or not, because I could have taken him out maybe, or he wouldn't have been able to knock me out anyways, but then I would have been in a bit of a predicament. I don't know, it would have come down to 50-50s probably in the end. But I do get a crit there, as in comes Medicham. Obviously, I don't want to take an Ice Punch or a potential just Fake Out in general, so I'm going to switch right into my Ferrothorn, because Fake Out or Ice Punch is definitely the play he should make. I don't really expect him to go straight for the high jump kick, because I do have a Gengar, I have a Tapu Koko, and I have my own Medicham. So he does end up going for the Fake Out. I thought about maybe switching into Tapu Koko instead, just to be more on the aggressive side, but I felt that if it came down to it, I may need to take one high jump kick later from this Medicham, and what I mean by that is that I may have to switch into a high jump kick. So I kept that in mind, as this turn I'm going to pull a switch out into my Tapu Koko, expecting him to actually want to switch out or go for the high jump kick. At the same time though, he probably expected me to maybe have the Protect, so that also crossed my mind. I more or less expected him to switch or go for high jump kick here, so either of those two plays were covered by Tapu Koko, as he did switch into the Entei. Turns out that this Entei is Scarfed, which I did not see coming at all. I don't know if a Circuit Fire there might have knocked me out, maybe a Flare Blitz. Then again, Bulldoze is super effective. I don't know, Entei with Inanimate Nature is strong, but without the band, it doesn't hit as hard, because I've tried like Assault Vest and Scarf Entei in the past. So I don't know if a Sacred Fire or a Flare Blitz might have knocked me out there, but if I did live, then he wouldn't have had to high jump kick here with his Medicham. He could have just gone for the Fake Out and probably knocked me out. So I just sack off Koko, because I don't have a switch into this giant threat of Medicham. Crit didn't matter because it's a Mega Medicham. Hello? It hits hard as hell. So I'm gonna bring in my Garchomp, thinking that he would switch into the Sylveon. I'm gonna go for the Earthquake. Really wished I had gone for the Draco Meteor. In hindsight, could have gone for the Draco, but if he did switch in the Sylveon, just getting off that extra tip damage with the Earthquake in the end would have been my better play either way. Plus, I'm gonna be able to take down this Medicham with me, and plus with him having Sylveon, Garchomp really doesn't do anything either way. So I guess him losing Medicham for me losing Garchomp in the end really isn't that bad or that big of an issue for me, as he is going to bring in the Azov on the double down. I bring in my own Medicham now on the double down, because I can 100% Fake Out whatever he wants to bring in. If it's the Sylveon, then I can just potentially switch directly into my Gengar, then go from there. But he did end up bringing in the Azov, which is really great, because I will be able to safely Mega Evolve here and go for the Fake Out, getting off a solid amount of damage on the Azov. Now, I don't know what kind of set this Azov is, because it's apparently not a regular Sash lead set, because he switched out turn 1. So I'm gonna switch into my Ferrothorn here, most likely definitely as death fodder, just because if he does have the Fire Blast, I die to it anyways. Plus the Magnezone can just trap me and beat me 1v1 with hidden power fire. So it turns out that he's life orbed, and that's very important because he's not scarfed. So in comes the Magnezone. That's fine. I expected him to switch, so I just go for a spike. Really didn't think that going for leech seed was going to be entirely too crucial. In hindsight, I guess leech seeding wouldn't have been entirely too bad, but just spiking is also really good. And it turns out that he actually has the wrong hidden power on this Magnezone, because he told me in the chat that he had the wrong hidden power as I switched into my Ferrothorn there on the Azov. But like I said, I was sacking off Azov Ferrothorn either way, and the fact that he actually has the wrong hidden power here is kind of good for me, because I'm going to be able to get up 3 layers of spikes, and that means I can just get off that extra residual damage on the Sylveon, which is going to be really great, as this Magnezone is going to try and beat me down. And I'm going to go for Power Whip. Doesn't do entirely too much damage, although another Power Whip is going to be a good amount of damage off on this Magnezone, because it puts it in range of where I can knock it out a little bit easier. And I think I ended up just randomly clicking a move here because I really expected him to knock me out, so I could have gone for the Leech Seed there. Also could have gone for the Power Whip again, like I mentioned, but it's fine. It's really not that big of an issue, as that extra damage really wouldn't have mattered unless I had Leech Seed originally as he switched into Magnezone. So I'm going to be able to bring in my Gengar here, thinking, alright, this Magnezone has nothing that it can touch me with, so Shadow Ball is going to be able to easily 2-hit KO it, then Sylveon is going to get knocked out, and I win with the Scarf Gengar. But it turns out that he has the Hidden Power Ground, and out of all the incorrect Hidden Powers, Hidden Power Ground didn't cross my mind, because it was like, oh, maybe it's Ice, maybe it's just like Dark or something. I don't know, man. Just even if it was Dark there, actually, that probably would have helped them out, but just, yeah, that really sucked. Because I lose my Gengar, so I'm gonna bring in my Greninja here. Just go straight for the Hydro Pump. I am not a I'm not Protean. I am a Specs Battle Bond Greninja, so this Hydro Pump is gonna do a solid amount of damage to this Sylveon. Looks like I can maybe 2-hit KO him. Unfortunately though, this is kind of a 50-50 on whether or not he's gonna protect, so I really wished I had switched right into Medicham here, but I thought that was gonna be a little bit too risky. But in the end, him protecting was his best play to do by far, so I should have made the aggressive switch into Medicham. It's okay though, because I can still potentially knock him out with this Hydro Pump depending on rolls, but he just barely lives. And now it looks like I'm in a really bad spot, because I lost Gengar to the Magnezone, because I didn't expect it to be like HP Ground or Dark or something like that. So I should have probably brought in Greninja instead and forced out the Magnezone. That would have been a better series of plays for me to do. As I bring in my Medicham here, I have the Zen Headbutt, so I can still probably win this match. Like, I'm still in a really good spot to win this battle. All I need to do is just get off enough damage on this Sylveon. But he's actually going to switch out here. Now, I don't entirely agree with this play. I really felt like this was a huge misplay on his part. He could have definitely just gone for the Protect and gained back a little bit more HP. And then if he could live a Zen Headbutt after that, then he should have just left in Sylveon. So I'm not sure why he switched out there, unless I could have knocked him out. As in comes the Azov. Unfortunately, this Medicham does not have the Bullet Punch on it, so I'm going to be forced to sack it off here to the Azov. But it's fine, because with him switching out Sylveon, my Ash Greninja can just come in, click Hydro Pump, and as long as I don't miss, I win the battle. Especially because, like I mentioned earlier, this Azov is not Scarfed. Except that for some idiotic, dumb reason, I click Water Shuriken. There was literally no reason to click Water Shuriken in this scenario, just for this specific play of him switching out. And the fact that I made such a stupid play, I really don't know what I was thinking. Like, my brain, like, Hydro Pump. I literally just Hydro Pump and I win, but just, I don't know. I don't know why I clicked Water Shuriken, and I can still win. Funny enough, I can still win. I just have to hit enough Water Shurikens and not get unlucky with damage rolls. So I'm gonna go for Water Shuriken one final time. We hit once, twice, 3, 4, one more. No! No, Greninja, why? Why? Oh man, there's a valuable lesson to be learned in this battle. There's a valuable lesson to be learned in this battle. And unfortunately, because I foolishly misclicked Water Shuriken, I also thought that the Azelf was scarfed for some dumb reason, man. I saw it take life orb damage, and just my brain was like fixated on it being scarfed, which is why I Water Shuriken like an idiot. And just hydro pumping there, 100% the play, no other play. Valuable lesson for today's video, guys. Pay attention. That was clearly my downfall in this battle. I was doing pretty well up until the Azelf, and I just drew a blank. I don't know why I thought it was scarfed. Clearly saw it took the life orb damage and just... yeah, either way, fun game to Suffzify. Again, apologize if I butchered your name, my mans. But if you guys did enjoy the video and learned a valuable lesson today, make sure to hammer arm that like button down below and to answer the question of the day, guys. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for your constant support. Really do appreciate every single one of you guys. And on the road to 18K, still pretty excited about that. So thank you all for watching, guys. Later, everybody.
Cause my brain and heart are both tied in a knot, and this hinders me from crying a lot. This causing me to show no emotion. But when I said I cared, I wasn't joking. But I guess it's too late for me to become broken. For now, I'm living with no more pain, tears, or hoping. I'm just coasting. Yeah, I said I'm coasting. No more pain, tears, and hoping. For real.